Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to make envelopes. How many of you guys love stationery? So I'm a paper crafter. There's a reason I'm a paper crafter, because I love paper. I like envelopes, I like journal paper, I like writing paper, I like notebook paper, I like hobby paper. It doesn't matter. If it's paper, I like it. Crepe paper, tissue paper, it doesn't matter. I love it. So I have a We Are Memory Keepers punch board, an envelope punch board. That thing is the most wonderful thing I've ever seen. It is so awesome. These actually came from a die cut. I have two different envelope die cuts, and then this is one of them. I am not going to get my machine out because that thing is freaking heavy. So what I did was, we would sit, because we play games, we would sit and we would play games, and I would sit at the table, and in between, you know, like the downtime of the games, I would punch a bunch of these out, and then I would glue them all together. So there's that one, and then there's the coin, like the mini coin envelope. Now that's all of these. Like there's a ton. Like these little foil papers right here. These actually I got from the Dollar Tree, which was kind of cool. But anyway, the paper I got from the Dollar Tree. So anywho, the next ones that I'm going to show you are all from the envelope punch board. So basically what I did, I have them in a bag right now, if you guys can't hear that. So what I did was I just took a bunch of paper. These are from paper that I had been working on, and I'm not sure that I like the really thick paper to use with envelopes. I think that it would have its purpose, but it's really, really, really thick. So I don't know about that. And then this is another one. So basically what I did was I used 8x8 paper, and then I just started doing various sizes. I can't tell you which one each envelope belongs to. Like I can't say that this was an 8x8 done at 3 3/4 or anything. I have no idea, because I did a different measurement every time because I wanted various size envelopes, and that's exactly what I got. And when I folded them together, I did different techniques. Like this one is an open envelope. The flap is actually glued down. This one's kind of like a belly band envelope. It's not really an envelope at all. And then I only did that with a couple of them. Most of them I just made traditional, you know, envelopes. Now this particular pad of paper is so freaking awesome. This pad of paper is almost empty now, honestly, and I'm dropping the other pad of paper. But this pad of paper is from DCWV, and it's the 180 sheet count 8x8, the maps, text, and ledgers stack. I'm pretty sure I showed you guys this, but if I didn't, here it is. No, I am pretty sure I showed you this, because I remember saying something about the sticky on the side, because when I took the thing off, it didn't do it right. So anyway, that's just various, and I'm not going to sit here and go through all of these, but that's the various sizes. Like this one I thought was super cool. I mean, when do you find envelopes like this? You don't, not unless you make them. And if you buy them like this, they're like stupid expensive, because they're like, oh, it's an oddball shape. It takes extra money and time to make it. No, it doesn't. It takes the same amount of time to make that as it does this, which is your traditional envelope. Oh, this one's not even glued yet. Burp. I wonder how many of these are not glued. Oh, apparently a couple of them. Okay, that one's glued. Oh, that one's not. Apparently I forgot some of these. No, most of them are glued. I don't know what happened to those. They decided that they didn't want to be glued. Alright, so that's not glued. That's not glued. That's this one. I know a certain somebody's that would love these envelopes, by the way. And so, Tasha, why do you make envelopes? A couple reasons. One, you can use them. You can use these to mail out letters. If you do pen paling, you can write a single letter, put it in here, and mail it. And it's not going to damage your letter at all, because it's just paper. inside this envelope. Now, if you do something in addition, like a pocket letter or something like that, I would not suggest using the thin paper to make your envelopes with. Use the thicker ones, because like I said a minute ago, the thicker paper makes really, really thick envelopes. I did not make these with the intention of mailing them, like using them as mailers instead of, you know, your traditional envelopes. And my bag's gonna fall down and go boom. I'm just gonna set it down before it falls down and goes boom. So, but anywho, yeah, so these all need to be glued. But yeah, you can use them as mailers, or you can use them as embellishments, or you can use them as gifts. I know as a paper crafter, stationery is some of my favorite gifts, because you can use stationery for so many different things. You can use it as its purpose, or like I say, you can use it as gifts, you can use it as embellishments. Like add one of these bad boys to a pocket. Why do I always say pocket letters? Jeez. Add one of these bad boys to a flip book or mini album. Oh my gosh, could you imagine? Or making a mini album out of these different sized envelopes. Could you imagine that? That would be freaking cool. That would be really cool. I might have to try that one out, because I think that would be really awesome. So that is just that from this particular, actually that's not even all of them. So like I said at the beginning of this video, I will sit down with my husband, whether we're watching TV or whether we're playing like a video game or something, because we play on our computers. We don't play like on the, we have an Xbox, but we don't play on the Xbox. My kids do. But whether we're playing a game in the dining room, because his desk is in the dining room, and then I just sit at the table. Or if we're just sitting down watching TV for various shows or whatever, then I will sit down and I'll punch out a whole bunch of these, and then I'll fold them, and then I will glue them. It's kind of like a what is that? Right. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. My brain stopped working. It's still early morning, like it's just after 9 o'clock for me, and this is the third video that I've recorded. So anyway, I will do a lot of these assembly line. That's it. It's the assembly line. So anyway, I'll do it like assembly line fashion, and I'll do all of one thing and then all of the other. Anyway, so my daughter just handed me my bone folder. So the last couple that I wanted to show you, last couple, it's not even a couple, is what I'm going to show you here. And you literally, like, I haven't done anything with this yet, but like all I did was, this is what I wanted to show you. These, I did all of these last night. I did all of these last night. The ones that I just showed you were done like a couple nights ago, but so I sat down and I punched all of these out, and then I folded all of these out. This one's the only one that's like oddball shaped. The rest of them were either at 2.5 inches or 3 inches, and I will show you what I mean by that. Now some of these, they're kind of like odd shaped, and I'll show you why. Because this paper here is the paper that I used, as well as this paper here. I used some out of here. Now the difference between this one and this one, they're both 6x6 pads, but this one has that little top border on it. So if you don't cut it directly at 6 inches, which I did not, all I did was cut it straight across, and I was like, well, whatever, then your envelopes are going to be off just a little bit, and they are. But again, I'm not that worried about it, because to me the imperfections just, they add to the creativity of it. It still looks like an envelope. It still has the purpose of an envelope. Now I didn't glue all these down, because on the last one that I did, the last batch that I did with the maps, textures, and graphs and all that hoopla, anyway, I started playing around with the folds and trying different things. Like, I would glue these two down, and then I would, well, that's a bad example. I would glue these two down, and then I would glue these two to each other, like so, and make like a little pocket thing. Now, you could even do it like this, and make it like a raised, and put something chunky in there. I think that would be really cute. Anyway, so I didn't glue any of these down. So these are all 2.5 inches. They were scored at 2.5 inches. Started off with a 6x6 paper pad. These were the same way, but they were starting out at the 6x6 paper pad, but they were all done with 3 inches. And again, you can see the variation because my cutting skills are just fantastic. This one, I'm not sure what I was thinking with this, but this is neither 2.5 nor 3. And apologies if you guys can hear the background noise. My daughter is playing with her blocks. Yes, she still plays with blocks, by the way. So this is what I sit there and do. I have my punch board, whether it's on the floor. Sorry, it felt like it was uneven. Whether it's on the floor because we're watching a movie or watch TV or whatever, or whether it's at my kitchen table, doesn't really matter. So I take my 6x6 paper and I will put it down wherever. Let's say I'll do a 2.5. So my 6x6 paper, line it up over here to whatever dimension you want. I'm not giving you guys specific dimensions because the whole point of this is for you to be like, okay, I'm going to just make random envelopes and not necessarily have them be completely symmetrical. Now, if you want them to be completely symmetrical, like if you're doing something very specific, like making a set of monogrammed note cards and envelopes for, you know, a baby shower or bridal shower or birthday or anniversary or whatever, then of course then you would want to keep your measurements in line. So now that's done, and you just sit there, and I just went through that whole process and it took me like a half a second. Oh yeah, you definitely want to throw your scraps away. Oh, I put my bag on my trash can. I almost threw those in my bag of envelopes, which you don't necessarily want to do. And then you just fold it over and just be like, all right, yay. Okay, so with this, I've been using the Aleene's Tacky Glue, which is probably why I don't have it, because it's still in my dining room stuff. So I have like a little basket that I take to the dining room if I'm going to do crafts. That way my dining room doesn't get like eaten by my craft stuff. So I take like little, either for Valentine's Day I did a couple little baskets, but I've just been taking this one little basket and that's it. So anyway, your envelope is done. Now you need to decide what you're going to do. And I kind of like that whole bubble thing. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac just because it's on my table. You can use whatever you want here. I would not suggest using Elmer's glue because it will warp your paper. Now, Aleene's glue, Aleene's Tacky Glue can warp your paper. So if you use Aleene's Tacky Glue, don't use a lot. Only use a tiny, tiny little bit. All right. So you guys always see me use a decent amount of the Fabri-Tac. The Fabri-Tac, I don't know why, but it does not warp the paper. I don't understand why. All right, so I'm going to put just a little bit here, right on the tippy top. And I'm going to just put a little bit here on the tippy top. Or I'm going to put it all over the place because my glue blew up. Okay. I want to make sure it didn't get on the other side. And I'm only going to seal the tops. And I just put so much glue right there because it blew up on me. Alright. And now we have this cute little thingy that we can add to flip books. Or, I said it right this time. I didn't say pocket letters. Woo! You guys ever notice that every time I want to say flip book, I say pocket letter instead? I don't know why. Because I'm a big old goofball, that's why. So anyway, now I've got my very handy little thingamabobber. So in this, you could add various things, like, say for instance, if you made some pins or whatever, you could put your pins in here. And you can add them with some, like, other stationery that you made. You could wrap these up real pretty. And then, you know, stick them in there. Or if you have wands, come here. So this was a gift for me. If you have wands, you could do it like this, kind of like that. So if you have like a flip book, a loaded bag, loaded envelope, anything like that, you could glue this on there and use this kind of like as a pocket instead of like a traditional pocket. So yeah, there's all kinds of stuff you could do with it. You could even add like little embellishments to it to make it even more prettier. So yeah, that's it. So that is it for this particular video. Like I said, I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what you could be doing when you don't really have a whole lot of time for your crafting, but you still kind of have that creative like niche that you kind of need to be working with your hands or something. This is something that's really, really easy to do, especially if you have a punch board of any kind. Or even die cuts. You could just stick your die cut machine in the middle of the floor and just be cutting out papers. Die cuts make really, really, really awesome gifts. So yeah, just like I said, it's an idea for you guys to create something when you don't have a lot of time, or if if you do pen paling. I recently got into the world of pen paling, and these would make such cute additions to pen pal letters, whether you use them for the mailing itself or gifts or embellishments or whatever. So anyway, that's it. Like I said, I hope you guys like this video, and thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, bye guys.